What's up, guys? Scott here, and here's the problem we've all experienced at one point or another, and that point is laziness. It's that literal feeling of not wanting to do anything, even though we should, but we just don't feel like it. Now, I guarantee everybody watching this has experienced some sort of laziness in their personal life, their business life, even in their relationship. Everyone except Tony Robbins, though, who claims he doesn't get lazy.
I always tell people aren't lazy, they just have infinite goals.
So yes, before I started filming this video, I was really hit with that laziness bug, and I was becoming really overwhelmed and daunted looking at my to-do list and looking at the goals that I still needed to do, wrapping up 2020. And I was really getting frustrated with myself. I was looking at the things I needed to do. I was analyzing why I'm not doing it. And I started to feel really, really disappointed. So before I actually show you how I overcome this, and I'm going to break this down into an easy step-by-step formula, I want you to realize that yes, everybody gets lazy. Everybody procrastinates. It's normal. But it's not only a fact of it just being normal, it's how can we control it from coming back? How can we get control over when we're feeling lazy, we're not feeling up to really doing anything, we're running out of energy? What can we do to change that so we make sure we keep plowing on through and doing the things we need to do to get ahead in life? So I want to share this method with you and call it a method, a technique, a strategy, whatever you want to do, that not only helped me stop my laziness all those years back when I first started my business, but also what I've been doing over the last week to not only overcome the laziness and procrastination, but I've actually got more done from the to-do list that I created than I ever thought was possible. So let's dive into this quick little game, this quick little strategy that I have for you. But before that, like normal, please go ahead and like this video. It really helps with the algorithm, but it also lets me know what you guys want to see. It won't take any time at all. It's not going to cost you any money. Go ahead and hit that like button. Also leave me a comment below about how you feel about this video, and let's dive in. Here's what I did. I created what I call my 30-day discipline tracking sheet, and I've actually left this sheet below, guys, in the comment section. There'll be a link. Just click on that and you'll be able to download this actual discipline tracking sheet. So what is this? Well, when I realized that the laziness was starting to creep in, I realized it wasn't necessarily laziness or procrastination. I was just lacking in a bit of self-discipline. And I remember I used to struggle with this when I first started my business. My self-discipline was extremely poor, and I would allow any thought, any sort of reaction to life, any thought that I had about wanting to do something else in my business or something else instead of my business, I should say, I would let that creep in and I would go and act on that. Basically, self-discipline is if I was sitting in front of my computer knowing I had to do something and the thought like, oh, wow, I want another coffee, I would go ahead and go and have that coffee, get distracted, take an hour or even an hour and a half, go have that coffee in my kitchen, turn on the TV, and before long, it was an hour and a half to 2 hours later before I sat back on my computer. And this really was struggling with self-discipline. So over the last week or so that I noticed my self-discipline was starting to lack, I went back to what I call my faithful friend, and I started to track my progress. So just like in business, we know that we want to be tracking the data. We want to be tracking the inputs in our business from our social media to our clients, to our strategy calls. I thought, well, why not track myself as well? And you guys can use this sheet for yourself. So I've given you a bit of instructions at the top, and I'll run you through how this really works and the idea behind it. It's super, super simple, but it is extremely transformational at the same time. So you want to use this tracking sheet to monitor and optimize your daily activities with the goal to become more self-disciplined. If you're more self-disciplined, you'll overcome laziness and procrastination. That's pretty much it. So if you do not complete every task 100%, you must start again. And this is where I turn this into a game. Instead of worrying about the self-discipline or worrying about the laziness, like I used to really, really struggle with, I turned it into a game. And my goal each day was just to nail this sheet, was to get 100% on every activity I did. If I didn't get 100% or I missed out on a task that I committed to, like a goal or something like that, I give myself a no, and I'd actually have to start tracking my progress again, because I found what I call my distraction day. It was my sticking point. So what I would do is I'd work really, really hard for about 4 days. And on that fourth day, sorry, really hard for 3 days. And on that fourth day, that's when this voice inside my head started to creep in and saying, Scott, have a rest, go do something else, go be sociable. You don't need to do this now. Stop trying to achieve this goal. It's more fun to sit on the couch. Laziness would creep in, procrastination would creep in. And I realized that I was always listening to this voice. So I found out that every 4 days was my distraction day. It would be the day when something was on TV that I really wanted to watch, or for some reason, my family or my friends would call me out of the blue and say, Scott, do you want to go do this instead? Now, whether I was creating this unconsciously Who knows? But I always notice on that fourth day was the day I really, really struggled. And I'd noticed because I tracked this for such a long time that it was always that fourth day. And I realized at the time, if I didn't overcome this fourth day issue, this distraction day, I'd be forever in this loop of stopping and starting and stopping and starting. And I'd be ever at the mercy of procrastination and laziness. So I created this discipline tracking sheet to make sure when that fourth day came along that I just have to, ignore what was happening in my head, ignore what was going on in the outside world, and overcome this pattern. Okay. So like I said, your goal is to stick to this for the next 30 days. We know it takes about 30 days to overcome a habit or create something new. So I found that 30 days was pretty much the goal for me. And the goal was to get to 100%. If I said I had to do something, I would do it. If I had to be up at a certain time, I would do it. If I had to eat a certain food, I would do it. If I went here or went there and said I had to do it because it was a goal in order to achieve the things I wanted to achieve, I had to do it. But I not only just had to turn up and do the thing, it had to be at maximum capacity, 100%, or I'd have to start again. So you want to track your distraction days. Okay. You want to find out when that is for you. When do you notice when you're most lazy? Do you start to see the pattern? And it's this pattern that you want to start to alert yourself of so you can alleviate it and break that pattern. Okay, so that distraction day no longer becomes a distraction day, it becomes a high input day for yourself. So you want to use the yes and no for each task you complete, do or do not complete, which I'll show you how to fill that out. Like I said, just you want to track your distraction day. The day that you feel your mind screaming at you to default back to the norm is your distraction day. Okay, and you want to find out what that is. Mine was always day 4, like I mentioned previously. When it comes to that day, you want to fight the war inside your head. It'll be the day you really struggle. I know for me, I'd get anxious, I'd get clammy, my skin would get itchy because my mind would be saying, Scott, go do something else, have some fun. You've achieved your goal this week. It's good enough. Life is good enough. Your goal is good enough. Everything is good enough. And on that day, this voice inside my head was extremely loud, and I know I had to quieten it down. I had to stop acting upon these impulses. Otherwise, it was just going to ruin my business. Okay. So here's the tracking sheet. And this is how I filled it out. So I've set my goals, and I set really simple goals. Okay. I wanted to track everything. I realized that a lot of these things were inputs that would help my business long-term and achieve my goals. I knew that if I woke up at the same time every day, I was setting a new pattern. I knew that if I exercised every day, that would be healthy for me. I'd be able to work longer. I'd feel better. I'd have better hormones running through my body, and I'd get more done in the day. So that was another goal. Then I made sure I did my CGA. So CGAs is just a fancy name for client getting activities. Now I'm talking about my coaching business here, but this could be anything in your life. Okay. So CGAs was if I set myself a goal to do a Facebook Live, do organic outreach, create a YouTube video like this, speak to my clients, update my program, whatever it is, I had to make sure I did those things. I couldn't say, okay, I'm going to do a Facebook Live every single day. And then Monday comes along and I think, oh, I'm getting scared. I don't want to do that Facebook Live. No, I set the goal. I have to do it. Was I eating well? Was I staying hydrated? Was I going to sleep at the same time? Then I gave myself a score. And just these little things that seem a little bit arbitrary in some point really helped me overcome that laziness and allowed me to set a new pattern in my life and track where I was going wrong and destroy that distraction day. So wake up. So what I would do is I've got Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I'm tracking this for 30 days. And remember, if you get a no for something or don't achieve something 100%, you have to start the tracking again. So you don't want to be doing like setting yourself a goal for 30 days, which for most people, I don't think I've ever come across somebody being in this industry for such a long time who's ever put 100%, even me, 100% into a full 30 days. Sure, you might lie to yourself and say, yeah, it's good enough. It was really only about 50%, but no one's watching. I'll just say it's 100%. No, because then you're just lying to yourself. So you want to be brutally honest with yourself. If you don't get 100% or don't claim what you've done to be 100%, or you skip an entire goal or activity, start again and start again. I noticed every 4 days I'd have to start again. Then another 4 days I'd have to start again. Got to the point of that being very frustrating. So I set my mind to, okay, let me get to the 5th day and then the 6th day. And by then I'd probably have to start again on the 7th day because I get lazy, but at least I overcome that 4th day distraction. So what you want to do, set your time to wake up. If it's 5 a.m., it's 5 a.m. Feet on the floor, wake up. You can't look at your phone, set the snooze button and wake up at 5:15, because if you set a goal for 5 a.m., and you get up at 5:15, that's a no. You didn't achieve it. You got to put an N in the box and you got to start again. Okay. So wake up at 5 a.m. Okay. Give it a yes. So if you got a yes, put a yes in that box. Did you exercise? Yes. Did you do all your client getting activities? What was the list of to-do things that you had to do? Did you achieve all those things? Yes or no? Did you eat well enough? Did you eat healthy? Did you drink enough water? Yes. Did you go to sleep at the same time each night? Yes. And then you want to give yourself a score. So be brutally honest with yourself. So I would go through here. Let's say I woke up. Did I wake up at 5 a.m.? Yes. Did I exercise? Yes. Did I do all my client activities? Yes. Did I eat properly? Yes. Did I go to sleep at the same time? Oh, did I go to sleep at the time I committed to, like 9 p.m.? No. That means my score is basically 0. And the score is just an arbitrary number to really track your progress. But if that's the case, got to start again. That day does not count. Think of it like this. Imagine wasting a whole day on your business. That's a day you can't get back, a day of missed opportunities. So you want to start again. So I did that on Sunday. I failed. Okay, I've got to start again on Monday. Okay, so wake up. Did I wake up at my committed time? Yes. Did I exercise? Yes. Did I do my client getting activities? Yes. Did I eat well and stay hydrated? Absolutely. Did I go to bed at my committed time? Yes. How would I score my day? I know I put 100% into that day. So that's Monday. I've done everything possible in my capacity. I'm happy with Monday. Then I've got to do the same thing on Tuesday. Wake up. Yes. Did I wake up at the same time as I did on Monday? Yes. Did I go to the gym? No, because I was too sore. I didn't want to go. I made an excuse. What does that mean? I've got to start again. Okay. So get rid of Monday, get rid of Tuesday. Now I've got to start this whole 30-day process starting on Wednesday. You see my point here, guys. It becomes a war inside your mind. It really allows you to look at what you're doing and be brutally honest with yourself. If you've got goals in your business or life in general, and you're allowing laziness and procrastination to creep in and you're not taking responsibility for it, it will affect you for the rest of your life. You have to put a stop to it. Yes, like I said previously, it is normal, but it doesn't have to stay the norm. We can do things to overcome these things. And this, for me, really analyzing myself and tracking my activities for such a long time, I realized I was lying to myself for such a long time. I thought I was doing everything possible. I thought I was optimized. I thought I was just an unreal business owner. I thought I was committed. I thought I was more committed than everybody else, till I looked at this sheet and I became brutally honest. And I thought, wow, I can only work for like 3 days straight at about 70% capacity. And then the fourth day, it's just blow the whole day. Am I really putting 100% into my goals in my business? Absolutely not. And it was like it's like having a third party, a third party person over watching, like having a boss watching me, a third party person looking in and basically telling me, Scott, you're lying to yourself. You're not optimized. You're not doing everything possible. You're lying to yourself. And I've been doing this for such a long, long time. So over the last week, when I noticed I was getting lazy, I was starting to procrastinate, I noticed my self-discipline was dropping, it was just easy enough just to go back to this sheet, to go to where it first started. Okay. When I used to do this, when I was first started out in business, because it helped tremendously. It really allowed me to analyze what was going on in my head and to see it on paper. And I looked at this and turned this into a game and said to myself, I want 100%. I wonder if I just do this for 30 days, can't be that hard. After probably the first couple of days, if I stick to it, it's going to get easier each day I do it. Then I can look back over the last 30 days and go, wow, that's what I can achieve by doing 100%. Well, now I'm in the groove for this. This feels good. I'm going to do it for another 30 days and another 30 days. And I did this for several months. And then I noticed that day 4 voice, that distraction day, was no longer. I didn't hear that voice in my head. There was no more laziness. I actually turned this into probably a little bit too much inputs. I actually went to the opposite side of this, where I started to work too much and I actually burnt myself out quite a bit. So I had to just back off a little, and I used the tracking sheet to help me find where my optimal stage was, where I was on that timeline, what was most optimum for me to remain healthy, to remain fresh, to remain excited, invigorated about my business and keep the zeal for what I had for my business. And that's what I did. So if you find yourself lacking with laziness, procrastination, please go ahead and use this sheet. Just follow the instructions. It's super simple. The biggest thing is stop lying to yourself. Realize that, okay, are you really putting 100% in? If not, this is a great way to overcome procrastination and laziness. Analyze yourself, analyze your activities. You set your mind and your goal and you commit to something. Use this sheet to stick to it. Make this a game. Make this your goal each day to put a yes in that box. If you get a no, or you don't score yourself 100% being brutally honest, you've got to start again. It really shows you how much time you're wasting. And it also shows you how that laziness and lack of self-discipline basically can destroy a whole business. It can even destroy the biggest goals in your life. So that's all from me for today, guys. Hope this helps your 30-day discipline tracking sheet. Let me know in the comments if you're excited to actually use this sheet, but also let me know how you go in the next 30 days. Write another comment under this video. Let me know what you've achieved. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised of how far you can actually push yourself and how well you can optimize your daily inputs, which is going to have big dividends on your goals, the income you make, your business, whatever you're trying to do in life. So guys, that's all from me for today. The link is in the description for where you can download this for free. And if you have any questions, by all means, reach out. That's all from me for today. See you on the next video. Bye for now.